Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the yoga session today. My name is Isabelle, and I'll be guiding you through the practice this afternoon. So if you want to take a comfortable seat, you can either grab a chair or a yoga mat and have a comfortable seat. And if you're on the ground, you'd like a little bit more support for your hips, I encourage you to grab a blanket or a cushion. You can hike up the hips. It'll help to release and make it a bit more comfortable sitting. And so we'll be starting out with just a breathing exercise to start to induce relaxation and support ourselves into being in the present moment. So breath can be a really great tool to anchor us in the moment. And so we'll be practicing alternate nostril breathing this afternoon. And so for those who aren't familiar with the practice, you'll be using your right hand and we'll be breathing in through one nostril. So starting with the left, blocking the right. And then on the exhale, we'll block the left, exhale through the right, and then inhale through right, block, exhale through left. So we're going from side to side, alternating. And so if you'd like to close your eyes, you can, or just maybe lower your gaze and placing your right thumb on your right nostril to block, spine tall, and inhaling through the left nostril, blocking the left with the ring finger, exhale through right. Now inhale through right nostril, block the right, and exhale through left. Inhale through left. If you feel it's a bit challenging, you can apply a bit of pressure under the eye socket and pull away. That'll help to open up the nostril. So block the left now and exhale through right. Inhale through right and exhale through left. So continuing on your own breathing rhythm. Sending the breath down into your belly when you're inhaling. When you're exhaling, feeling that navel come towards the spine. Help focus the mind. You can even say, I am breathing in as you're inhaling, and I am breathing out as you're exhaling. Couple more rounds. On your next exhale, you can release both nostrils. Exhale through both. Inhale deeply through both nostrils. And exhale out. And maybe noticing a subtle change. Noticing your mind's a little calmer. So throughout the practice, I'll invite you to focus on your breath. So throughout each of the postures, if you find yourselves lost in thought, you can repeat to yourself, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Encourage some small movements now. And so from here, we'll start by stretching the neck. So lowering the right ear to the right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. And you may stay here, or if you'd like to intensify the sensation, you can extend out your left arm and then find that sweet spot where you feel the most sensation. And then breathe through the stretch. Imagining that with each exhale, you're releasing more and more tension. If it's comfortable to do so, just continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And lowering your left hand on your left knee. With the help of your right hand, you can lift your head up to center, going over onto the left side. Left ear to left shoulder, your left shoulder is relaxed. Staying here or extending the right arm out. Keeping that soft gaze or even closing your eyes. Inviting you to connect with your body, connect with the sensations that are occurring during your practice. Seeing if you can just create more ease and space in your body. Closing out the shape now on your next inhale. And place the right hand on the right knee, and then with the help of your left hand, bringing your head up to center. And then slowly looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then on the exhale, lowering chin to chest, and chest is puffing up slightly, bending the back of the neck. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, lower chin down. See if you can lengthen out your breaths here. Even counting up to 4. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, lower chin, 4, 3, 2. One more time, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to neutral, chin is parallel to the floor. And then one last neck stretching exercise. You'll lower the chin back down to the chest and then roll the chin over towards the right ear, right shoulder, and then rolling down over towards the left side. Same thing here, taking your time and even maybe pausing in those areas that you feel need a bit more love. At your own speed. Again, see if you can slow it down a little bit. Enjoy the sweetness of the stretch. One more time on each side, and then we'll all meet back at center. Coming back to neutral. See if on the inhale you can bring the shoulders up to the ears, slide them back down, feel the tips of your shoulder blades pressing down towards your hips. Now intentionally pressing your sit bones, your hips down into the ground or the seat of the chair. And see if you can have your crown of your head gently floating up towards the ceiling. See if you can create a bit more space between each vertebra. And invite that full breath into your belly and full breath out. Thanks. Now coming into a twist. So remaining in a seated position. If you're on the ground, I'll invite you to just switch the cross of your legs. If you're on the chair, staying as you are. And then from here, twisting over towards the left. So right hand on left knee, and then left hand at the back. Lengthen out, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Twisting from the hips all the way up to the shoulders, and the neck simply follows. Avoid straining the neck. Be here for another 2 breaths. And then we'll invite some cat-cow movements. So from here, you're actually going to round the spine, extend that right arm out, chin to chest, keeping the hips glued to the floor or the seat of your chair. And then inhale, press the chest forward and up. So exhale, round the back. You're doming the back, shoulder blades away from each other. Inhale, press the chest forward and up. Do that 2 more times. Round. Inhale. Last one. Rounding. And inhale, press the chest up. And then come back to neutral into the twist. Inhale your arms up, back through center. And then exhale, twist over to the right side. So we'll stay here for about 3 breaths. See if with each breath you can twist maybe a little bit further without forcing. Creating an opening. And the aim is to create more space, more ease in the body. And now we'll start to incorporate those cat-cow movements. So on the inhale, pressing chest up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, round the spine, keep the hips glued, really extend that left arm. And then inhale, press chest up. Shoulder blades coming towards each other. Imagine there's that pencil between your shoulder blades and you're trying to hold that pencil. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. A couple more times. Again, moving with intention. Take your time. No such thing as going too slow in yoga. It's actually encouraged to slow down. Lives can often be so busy and go, go, go. So yoga is a great time to slow down, breathe, really enjoy every moment. Okay, last one. And then we'll meet back at neutral into this twist. Take 1 breath in here, exhale, and then inhale, reach both arms up, and then reach for opposite elbows. So at the back of your head, so we're opening up the chest here, and then we'll start to make big circles with our chest. So on the inhale, looking up slightly, maybe a small back bend. And then on the exhale, start to extend over towards the left. So you're getting into lateral stretch. And then start to come forward towards center. And then all the way around, coming back to center. You're seated on the chair, it looks like this. So coming over to the left side, and then forward. Take it slow, not a race. Back over to the right side and up. And then switch, so holding to opposite elbows the other way. And then let's go up onto the other direction. So going over to the right and then forward your time. Back to center last time. Continue to breathe throughout, and the circles can be a little bit smaller if you'd like, or make them bigger. Listen to what your body needs today, your body's wisdom. Back to center, take a nice breath in, send the arms out and up, and then exhale, lower hands back down onto the thighs. Okay, you've opened up the upper body, move into the lower body as well. So coming into half sun salutations, if you've attended the classes before, go right ahead if you know where you're going. If not, you can follow with me. So inhaling, circle the arms up towards the ceiling, join the palms together, lower the palms down through center line as you fold over your thighs and release your head down into what we call a ragdoll. Inhale, coming halfway up, so hands come onto thighs and aiming to keep the spine long, the neck and head is aligned with the spine. And then exhale, lower into that fold. Inhale, you'll press down through your feet to anchor down, and then reach up, circle the arms again, all the way up to join. Palms come down through center at your heart. Pause here. So for those of you who'd like to stay on the chair, continuing on your own rhythm, these half sun salutations. For those of you who would like to do these standing, that's also an option. So I'll demonstrate standing. So having the feet about hip width apart, arms by your side. On the inhale, you're looking up, join the palms, and then exhale, hinge from the hips, you're trickling down. Bend the knees generously. Come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Your hands are maybe on your shin or your thighs. You're making an L shape here. Tips of the shoulder blades pressing down towards the hips. Exhale, fold again, bend the knees. Inhale, rooting down to rise. Reach up, use your thighs. Connect the palm of the hands. Exhale to heart space. So I'll invite you all to do this flow 2 more times. So yogi's choice on variation if you're sitting or standing. And we'll all meet in mountain pose or standing if that's for you, or just a comfortable seat if you're on your seat. Remembering that on the inhales, you're looking up. On the exhales, looking down. Few more moments so that we can get all back to our position. Okay, so from here we'll include a bit of a leg strengthening exercise. So we're doing kind of that same sequence, the half sun salutation, but we're including chair pose, so a leg strengthening pose. So starting out, you'll be inhaling, circling the arms up. And then instead of trickling down on the exhale, for those of you who are seated, maybe hover off of your chair slightly and start to engage the thighs. See if you can hold it here for 5 seconds. If you're standing, coming into chair pose here. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. Now you're trickling down, joining the palms together, release into that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And on the inhale, you'll sink the hips, come back to that chair pose. So you're sinking the hips, the knees are in line, Imagine if you had a book or a block, you were holding it in between your knees and you're reaching the hands up towards the ceiling. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press down through your feet, extend, reach up, maybe slight back bend. You're squeezing the bum. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, so get the heart pumping a little bit. Let's do that one more time. I'll demonstrate on the chair again. Inhaling, reach up. Exhale, come into your chair pose. So maybe lean forward slightly from your chair, engage the thighs, press down through the feet, maybe lift the toes a little bit to really ground down. Amazing. Exhale, now pull down, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. And then inhale, chair pose again. So reach the arms up. Your palms are parallel to each other. Maybe hovering off the chair for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, reach up. And then exhale, hands to heart or by your side. Take a moment here to let the heartbeat come down a little bit. Maybe close your eyes. Feel the heart pumping that fresh oxygenated blood throughout your whole body for nourishment. Good. Okay. So if you're on the chair, you might stay here, or if you feel comfortable standing but with the support of the chair, I'd encourage that. So standing here, we'll come into balancing postures. So from here, if you want to stay close to the chair, then coming into tree pose. So hands can come at your heart, or maybe one hand at your heart, the other holding on to the chair. And then making sure you're stable, you have a stable base. It always starts at the bottom. So making sure that your feet are grounded, equal weight in both feet. And then from here, we'll shift the weight into our left leg and then coming into tree pose. So placing the sole of the right foot either at the ankle, the calf, or above the knee. And the right knee is pressing back towards the back of the room. Your hip bones are level. Hands at heart space, maybe both hands. Breathe into this tree pose. If you're sitting, you may take the right knee out here, and then aiming to keep the hips facing towards the front. You'll feel that opening in the hips here. Okay. If you'd like to grow the branches of your tree, feel free to do that right now. So maybe reaching the arms up. Feeling grounded through your feet, imagining roots coming out from the soles of your feet. And crown of your head floating up, feeling tall, strong, ready for any wind that comes your way. Exhale, bring that energy in. Palms touch the back to center line. Take your time to come back to that standing position. Maybe shift the weight from side to side to kind of shake it out. And then we'll move over to the other side. So from here, grounding down through your right leg and placing the sole of your left foot wherever you wish. Hands to heart or holding to the chair. Always the option of staying here, or if you'd like to come into what we call thumb tree. So bringing your palms together, bringing them up right on top of your head, and then elbows pressed towards the back. So opening up the chest here. Breathe. Imagine the three corners of your right foot pressing down, light on the toes. Exhale, gather your hands back to center. Release the pose, back to standing. And then we'll transition into toppling tree. So toppling tree, again, you may have the support of the chair. We'll start with the right leg. So stepping the right leg forward, about 1 foot in front. And then from here, you'll shift the weight into that right leg and then start to hover the left foot off of the ground. Hands are at heart space or maybe holding on to the chair. So staying here. Or if you'd like to push a little bit further, then pressing through the left heel and starting to hinge forward, keeping the hips level. They're pointing down towards your mat and looking straight down in front of you. Breathe throughout. Squeeze that glute or that left bum cheek. Engage for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to standing, but without touching the left foot on the ground, you'll actually slide the left leg forward at a 90 degrees. So if you're sitting, bringing that left knee up, engaging your hip flexor here, and then placing your right hand on the outer left side and extending back into a twist. So if you're standing, it'll look like this. Start to gently rotate the torso towards the left, and it's okay if you fall out of balance. Smile and come back into the shape. You've got this. Breathe. For another 3, 2, 1. Exhale, unwind back to center. Release left leg down and shake it out. Other side this time. So position yourself close to the chair or a wall if needed. Hands at your heart space. Step the left foot forward this time. Make sure you're stable. Shift the weight forward and then start to hover the right foot off of the mat. Press through the left heel. You're keeping that right leg engaged. And even flex the foot. So flex the toes towards your right knee and then start to hinge. Look down. Keep your breath steady. When we're in challenging poses, we tend to forget to breathe. So remember your breath. Good. Another 3, 2, 1. Let's exhale. Bring the leg through into that 90 degree in the front. Take 1 breath in this shape. And then exhale, twist over towards the right. Left hand on outer right thigh. Reach back with your right arm. Breathe. Smile. It's okay if you fall. We don't need to take ourselves too seriously. And exhale, unwind, come back through center. Exhale, release the shape and shake it out. Great, so that was for our balancing sequence. We'll do a couple more standing and then we'll make our way back onto the mat with the chair. So taking your legs out wider than your hips, so about around 4 feet. And from here, you'll turn the toes of your left foot towards, if you're looking forward, it would be towards 9 o'clock, okay? And your hips stay facing forward and the toes of your right foot stay facing forward. We're transitioning into triangle pose or Trikonasana. So engaging the legs, so bring them the kneecap there, the kneecap up, so you're engaging the thighs. Inhale, arms come out, level with your shoulders. From here, you'll reach your left hand forward towards that 9 o'clock, as far as you can get it. And then from here, just lower that left hand down to rest on your extended left leg and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. You may look down towards your feet or up if that's comfortable for your neck. And if your shoulders start talking too much, you can place that right hand on your right hip. So keep that engagement. Inner thighs are engaged, pressing up towards center. If you're on your chair, extending the left leg out similar, your right knee will be facing forward. And just slide your hand down that extended leg till where you meet some resistance, and then reach your hand up, feeling. Breathe into the shape. You've got this. Okay, and if your hand is reaching up towards the sky, bring it down onto your right hip. Look down towards your left foot. And then instead of having the hips facing towards the front, we'll rotate the hips so that they're facing towards the left or towards that 9 o'clock. So lift the back heel up, forward, and you'll have your feet as if they were on railroad tracks, okay? Train tracks. So the hips are facing forward, both legs are extended, the kneecaps are lifted, and then on the exhale, keep that spine long. See if you can hinge slightly. Looking down right in front of you. Imagine you're scissoring your legs so the left hip is pressing back and the right hip is pressing forward. Feel maybe the stretch at the back of your left leg. Hands can remain on the hips. Breathing. You're on the chair. Sorry, I forgot to demo. You're back in the front. Your left leg is extended out and you're pressing through the left heel and you're hinging forward just to have some sensations here at the back of the left leg. Okay, to make sure to come up safely, press down through both feet. Again, keep those kneecaps lifted, thighs engaged. Engage your core and lift up. Take a nice breath and then step it to the front. Come into that mountain pose here. Neutralizing breath. See if there's a difference between the left and the right side after these two shapes. And then we'll transition on the other side. So again, taking the legs out wide. This time it'll be the toes of your right foot that are pointing towards that 3 o'clock mark. Keeping the hips facing forward. Engage the inner thighs. Bend arms out. Reach as far as you can with your right hand. Once you meet enough resistance there, lower that right hand just to rest. So you're not putting any weight on it. You're just resting the hand and then reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Might feel some sensations here at the low back on the left side. Having that intention of expansion, to really coming out through the waist. Press through the outer edge of your left foot. Spread the collarbones open. Good, making your way now into pyramids. So that second shape, hand on your left hip, And then hand on your right, look down in front of you, lift the left heel off the mat, spin or rotate, hips face towards that 3 o'clock, and then extend the legs out. If you're finding you're losing balance, just taking your legs out wider. So again, those railroad tracks is a good image to follow. And then exhale, hinging forward, keep that spine long. So this time, your right hip is pressing back, left hip pressing forward. See again with each exhale, if you can release a little bit further. See if you can create more space. And then if you notice sensations are getting too intense, it's okay to back off slightly as well. Again, I'm just giving you suggestions. You're listening to what your body is telling you, and I encourage you to connect with those messages to keep your body safe. Press down and lift up. Good. Step the back foot to meet the front. Exhale. We're pausing here in this mountain pose for 2 full breaths. Now, if you'd like to go back to the chair, coming back to the chair, or maybe making your way down onto the mat, we'll be coming into a child's pose. So if you're on the chair, I'll demonstrate first. So holding on to opposite elbows, and then from here, you're pressing your hips back and looking down in front of you. If you'd like to increase the low back stretch, you can reach down and completely relax the head. So choosing one or the other. If you're on the mat, take your knees out wide. Your big toes will touch. Your hips will sink down towards your heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Lower the forehead down onto the mat or onto a block or cushion. If you notice that the ground is a bit too far away from you. The aim of this shape is just let the hips relax, become heavy. Let the area of your third eye press down onto your mat or the earth. Coming more into the restorative portion of our practice. So letting your body melt, soften with each breath. And now wafting the hands over towards the right side, so top right corner of your mat. And then ensuring you're pressing the left hip down towards the heels. If you're on the chair, coming over towards the right, maybe reaching down, releasing. Again, keeping that left hip glued to the seat of your chair. Making your way back through center and then going over towards the left. So maybe you're staying more in that upright position, or maybe you're reaching the hands down. Yogi's choice. Back through center. And then lift yourself up slowly with the help of your hands, coming into a hip stretch. So for those of you who are familiar with figure 4, coming into that figure 4 shape. So ankle on your left thigh, and your legs are making a figure 4, and keeping the toes engaged towards the knee. Staying here, or folding forward. For those of you who are on the ground, coming into deer pose. So deer pose, your right leg will be in front of you at a 90 degree, and then same thing, your left leg at a 90 degree. And then from here, you can start to hinge forward and then find that sweet spot. So stretching the outer hip here. If ever you feel any pain or discomfort in your knee, reposition. See if you can maybe back off a little bit or ensure to flex the toes. Your right foot. Do 2 deep releasing breaths. So these breaths will be exhaling through the mouth. So take a deep inhale through the nose. And then let it go. You're sighing out. One more inhale. Sigh it out. Let go. On your next inhale, press yourselves up. If you're on the ground, we're lifting the knees up. Kind of say windshield wipers, so bring the knees over to the left side and we'll do the same. If you're on the chair, you're coming into a figure 4, but with your left leg. So same thing here. The front leg, which is your left leg, will be at a 90 degree. The hips are facing towards the side and then starting to hinge over. It's okay if the hinge is very small. It's just coming forward slightly creates sensation. As long as we can create sensation, we're creating change. Two more of these deep releasing breaths. So inhale into your belly, sigh it out. One more, inhale. Let go. Making your way back to center, lift the knees up. If you're on the ground and you want to do a couple windshield wipers, you can do that. Mixing it. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way onto our back into our final relaxation pose or Shavasana. If you're on a chair, just coming back to that comfortable seat. So reclining back. The legs can be a little bit wider than the hips. Let the toes fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulder blades under, go towards your hips. Tuck your tailbone, release the hips. Arms by your side. Palms are facing up. Close the eyes. Letting our body integrate all of the benefits of the postures that we practiced today. Letting that sink in. Start to induce relaxation by imagining a white light washing over you, starting at the top of your head, coming down your face, shoulders, your chest, down to your belly, your hips. That white light is washing down through your thighs, lower legs, your feet and toes. Your body is completely relaxed. Letting go of all tension. simply breathing for the next minute. Now coming back to your physical body, feeling the points of contact, your body, to the earth, feeling supported and safe. And start to incorporate some small movements. See your head from side to side, maybe wiggling your fingers, your toes. Take our deepest breath of the day, inhaling in and sigh out. Let go. Reach up and stretch, like a big morning stretch. Waking up the body again. And then gather your knees into chest, hugging the knees in, rolling from side to side gently, massaging the lower back. And then on your own time, rolling over and making your way back into a comfortable seat and keeping the eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. Finding that long spine, spreading your collarbones open, your shoulders are relaxed, hands on thighs or knees. Taking this opportunity to thank yourselves for showing up today, for playing yoga with me, joining the hands at your heart space, prayer position. Slightly bowing your head, gratitude for this body has allowed you to live this life, carried you through this life. Start to gently open your eyes, lower the hands, and hopefully you're ready to take on the day, the rest of the day with a bit more energy, space in your body. Hope to see you all again in the future. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Isabelle.